You will not lay a hand on anyone. You're lucky I haven't incinerated you already for disobeying my orders. No more possession.
Lucifer Morningstar once said, "People like to tell me things, those deep, dark, naughty little desires that are on their mind." Well, we've heard some new naughty little desires from Tom Ellis himself about its potential return for Lucifer Season 7 with 2 specific conditions in mind. But what does Tom Ellis's future in the DC universe look like? Let's dive into everything we know about it. First up, let's talk about Tom Ellis and his 2 conditions for coming back as Lucifer. Ellis wrapped up his iconic run as the Charming Devil in 2021, with Lucifer ending after 93 episodes. The show followed Lucifer Morningstar as he ditched hell to live in LA, work with the LAPD, and develop a memorable relationship with Chloe, played by Lauren German. Recently, on the Inside of You podcast with Michael Rosenbaum, Ellis was asked if he'd ever consider returning for Lucifer Season 7 or maybe even a movie. Ellis said he'd only be open to a movie if the script was genuinely good. He made it clear that he wouldn't want to bring back the show just for the money. He even compared it to his time on the British comedy Miranda, where creator Miranda Hart chose to end the show after 20 episodes, despite the BBC wanting more. Here's what Ellis had to say. "I certainly feel like we covered all bases on the TV front. The only thing that would make me go back would be if it were a movie, and it would have to be good. Not just doing it for the sake of it. Over here in the US, when something's successful, people just want more and more, but where I'm from, it's leave them wanting more." He also praised Hart for walking away from Miranda, even though the BBC was eager for more episodes. She didn't want to dilute the show's quality just for the sake of stretching it out, and Ellis respects that approach. In the Lucifer series finale, we saw the titular devil make a huge, game-changing decision. For the sake of Rory, his future daughter with Chloe, Lucifer finally embraces his true calling, helping the damned souls in hell work through their guilt and find their way to heaven. It's a surprising but meaningful twist that leaves Chloe on Earth, where she lives out the rest of her days until they reunite in the afterlife. It's a pretty definitive ending, especially for a show that deals with the supernatural, where anything could be undone with a snap of a celestial finger. That finality is a big reason why Tom Ellis has made it clear that if Lucifer were to return, it would need to be for a good reason. He's not interested in bringing the show back just to keep it going, and honestly, it's hard to blame him. The story of Lucifer and Chloe feels complete, at least on TV. But what if? What if there's just one more chapter left to tell? A full new season might be overkill, but a Lucifer movie could work. Picture this. Chloe and Lucifer are reunited in the afterlife, but something big happens on Earth that only they can fix. One last mission to wrap up some unfinished business. That kind of side quest could bring them back in a way that feels exciting without undoing the emotional weight of the original ending. It's easy to imagine fans of the series getting excited for that kind of extra adventure. After all, Lucifer gave us a fitting farewell to a beloved cast, including Kevin Alejandro, D.B. Woodside, Lesley-Ann Brandt, and so many others. The showrunners, Ildi Modrovich and Joe Henderson, also did a great job giving everyone their send-off. But, as Tom Ellis has wisely pointed out, sometimes it's better to leave people wanting more. Bringing the show back just for the sake of it might risk devaluing everything the characters went through. It's a fine line between giving fans what they want and preserving the legacy of what's already been told. A movie, though? That might just be the perfect way to give Lucifer one last hurrah, without undoing all the hard work that's already been done. Given the way Lucifer wrapped up both Lucifer and Chloe's stories, the only way a Lucifer TV revival could work is by shifting the focus away from Ellis's devil. Sure, a show set in hell could be fascinating, but if it centers on Lucifer, you know fans will demand Chloe be brought back too. So Lucifer's future wouldn't involve Chloe either. Instead, a revival would have to follow a character who's close enough to the original duo to make cameos happen, but distant enough to carry a story on their own. Amenadiel stands out as a solid candidate. At the end of the series, Lucifer's brother becomes God, and that title alone comes with enough drama to fuel a spin-off. Plus, you could always bring in Lucifer for a few guest appearances without rehashing the main story. Maze and Eve are also fan favorites, and their happy ending after their wedding opens up all kinds of possibilities. It's hard to say exactly what those two might be up to next, but there's definitely room to explore their post-wedding adventures in a fun way. Then there's Rory, Lucifer and Chloe's daughter, who could easily be the star of a new show. With her unique powers and her famous parents, it's safe to say Rory has a pretty eventful life ahead. A spin-off or sequel centered on her would offer fresh stories while keeping that Lucifer vibe alive, all without disrupting the bittersweet finale that gave the original show its perfect send-off. One bit of sad news for Lucifer fans is that there won't be any more Arrowverse crossovers featuring our favorite devil anytime soon. For a brief moment, there was chatter about Tom Ellis reprising his role as Lucifer for another Arrowverse appearance. While Lucifer was never officially part of the Arrowverse, Ellis made a memorable cameo during the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event in 2019, and they went to great lengths to keep that surprise under wraps. Both the Arrowverse and Lucifer explored the multiverse concept, but with the Flash series finale Season 9 Episode 13, A New World Part 4, the Arrowverse officially came to a close, which pretty much shuts down any chances of seeing Lucifer pop up there again, at least for now. On a brighter note, there has been some buzz about possible Lucifer spin-offs, though nothing is currently in development or planned. The series finale tied up all the main character storylines beautifully, with Mazikeen, Ella, Dr. Linda, and Amenadiel getting fitting send-offs. Chloe and Lucifer's story was wrapped up perfectly too, with them reuniting in the afterlife after showing Chloe's emotional farewell with Rory by her side. Unless Netflix has a major change of heart, again, it looks like Lucifer Season 6 is the definitive end of the series. But not all hope is lost for more adventures in the Lucifer universe. The showrunners have teased some interesting ideas for potential future projects. Joe Henderson tossed around the idea of an animated series, while Ildi Modrovich half-joked about a Lucifer musical, saying, "My vote is for Lucifer the Musical, personally on Broadway. If anybody wants to hashtag that, get that going." While a full-blown Season 7 might not be on the cards, it's clear there's still plenty of enthusiasm for Lucifer Morningstar's devilish charm. So, who knows? We may still get to see him return in some form, whether it's a movie, a spin-off, or maybe even a Broadway musical. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. With all the talk about potential Lucifer spin-offs or even a musical, what would you like to see next in the Lucifer universe? Would you prefer a movie, an animated series, or maybe even Lucifer the Musical? Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.